How's it going, everyone, and welcome to this live play-by-play of the Tampa Bay Rays New York Mets. First game of their three-game set, and here is the lineup for the Mets tonight. Leading off and playing left field is number 9, Brendan Nimmo. He's hitting .216 on the year. Batting second and playing right field is number 6, Starling Marte. He's hitting .274 on the season. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 12, Francisco Lindor, hitting .207. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot for the Mets is the first baseman, number 20, Pete Alonso, hitting .218 on the year. Batting fifth and DHing is number 28, JD Martinez, who's hitting .318 to start his Mets career. Batting sixth and playing second base is number 1, Jeff McNeil. He's hitting .245 on the year. Batting seventh is the second baseman, is the center fielder. And the first pitch from Savali is a strike to start the night. Back to the Mets lineup. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 15, Tyrone Taylor, batting .275. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 22, Brett Beatty. Another strike from Savali. And Brett Beatty batting .250 on the year. And catching and batting ninth is number 3, Thomas Nido. And here's the pitch for Savali. Too high. Ball 1. It's a 1-2 count. Oh, let me get it up on the screen for you so you can see.
After winning 9 and losing 10 at home, they've gone 7-5 on the road.
2-2 count now to Nimmo. Just getting started.
28-year-old right-hander Savali.
And Nimmo.
After getting ahead 0-2, we have a full count.
Yeah, and that's one of his favorite pitches to these left-handed hitters, that backdoor cutter. And that one just did not track back to the outside corner. And now, theoretically, you've got to come into the zone.
And a cut and a miss. Or you don't. He gets the strike out there as that pitch dropped out of the zone.
Here you go.
He used that cutter right there down. Very rarely does he go down with that pitch, but he did. It almost used it like a very hard backdoor or back foot slider. Regardless, he gets the punch out and a nice little quick start here.
It's already a 1-1 count.
Marte fouls it back.
1-1 count to Starling Marte. And
Here are the numbers of Marte, 274 with 4 home runs. Mets are 5th in the National League in home runs as a team.
it is now 0-2 on Marte.
To the count.
0-2 count on Marte. Let's see if Savali can get back-to-back strikeouts. Marte to left field and hammered, but cut by Rosarena.
Let's take a look at the rest of that Tampa Bay defense brought to you by Yingling. And joining Randy Rosarena out there is going to be, how about Johnny DeLuca making his season's debut in center field? Harold Ramirez rounds it out on the other side, and then the infield third to first looks like this. Curtis Meade, Jose Caballero, Ahmed Rosario. And
2 up, 2 down, and Francisco Lindor coming to the plate for the Mets. And Johnny DeLuca making his season debut and Rays debut. Big 1 to Lindor. And the next pitch is too high. 1-1 to Lindor with 2 outs.
207 for the year. Things have been better for him over the last 2.5, 3 weeks. His average in that stretch over 300.
Next pitch from Savali.
13 runs batted in.
Get check swing, strike 2. 1-2 on Lindor.
Not much of a cut there on that pitch.
And Savali, that cutter gets the most use of any pitch, but against left-handed hitters, the usage goes way up. He's 26% overall with the cutter. Against lefties, he's 42%. He likes to do what he did just right there, and again, he likes that backdoor cutter too.
And here's the pitch to Lindor. Strike 3 called. He gone.
When it comes to beating cancer, your first choice is your best chance. Moffitt Cancer Center brings the highest level of urgency to provide the right diagnosis right away.
So a strikeout and 2 flyouts. I mean, 2 strikeouts and a flyout for the Mets at the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Here is the Rays lineup. Yandy Diaz leads off, followed by Isaac Paredes, Harold Ramirez. That's the top third of the lineup. The middle third is Rosarena, Rosario, and Caballero. Bottom third, Jackson, DeLuca, and Meade. Again, that is Diaz, Rosarena. Again, that is Diaz, Paredes, Ramirez. Top 3, middle third, Rosarena, Rosario, Caballero. Bottom third, Jackson, DeLuca, Meade. And they will be going up against Jose Quintana.
Down to Southwest Florida, to Miami and West Palm, across Central Florida, through Gainesville and Lake City, up to Jacksonville and our state capital. Shop Morgan Auto Group, Florida's largest automotive.
Give me a minute. I'm trying to get y'all.
Rays coming in to head on the bottom of the first. Their lineup is brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Yandy Diaz leads off, followed by Isaac Paredes, and then Harold Ramirez. Randy Rosarena hits clean up. And then Rosario at second base. And then Caballero at short. Alex Jackson, Johnny DeLuca. And then
Share my screen.
Well, let's take a look at the New York Mets starting pitcher here tonight, brought to you by Morgan Automotive Group. Jose Quintana, that record 1-2 on the season. The ERA very good at 3.48, coming off of the best start of the season against St. Louis, 8 innings of 1-run baseball.
Johnny takes that first pitch. It's too wide.
And how about going 8 innings of 1-run baseball and getting a no decision?
Bottom of the first.
There's the mix. Loves the fastball. Moves it around 2 seams,
2-1 count to Yandy.
The ball 2-0. Speaking of moving it,
3-1.
Has done that originally with the White Sox, who's with the Cubs, who's with the Mets.
It's now 3-2 count to Yandy.
Giants, the Pirates, recently the Cardinals.
Trying to fix this. It should say 3-2.
And you know, he's one of those guys that you don't see an awful lot of. We've talked about it a couple of times this season. You think about Tyler Anderson with the Angels. Lefty finesse guys that really test your patience.
3-1 to count.
Yandy grounds out.
What are going to have to do with Quintana tonight? He knows that they're a very, very aggressive lineup, and so he's going to try to use that against them.
He catches that corner down and away from Yandy. Full count.
Alonzo.
Unassisted.
I don't like that.
New York Net defense brought to you by Yingling. Outfield left to right. Brandon Nimmo, Tyrone Taylor, and Starling Marte across the infield third to first. We got Brett Beatty, Francisco Lindor, Jeff McNeil, and Pete Alonso with Tomas Nido.
I will give you updates. It is.
And there is the pride of Tampa, Peter Alonso over there at first base.
Strike 1.
Zach Paredes looks at the strike, a breaking ball in there.
Strike two. That was a couple feet outside the zone, but okay. Say so. And fouled off. Still 0-2 on Paredes.
Really tied him up with that swing right there. That pitch up and in. And that's what he tries to do, especially with these right-handed hitters. He's going to show you in. He'll get you out in occasionally, but he wants to go away with that changeup, backdoor the curveball.
Paredes, that's caught.
Alonso angling out. So the ground ball out, and then this little popper, both handled by Pete Alonso.
Yeah, that was not an easy play either. That ball off the bat looked like it
Paredes
might sneak into shallow right field, and Alonso did a nice job of tracking that ball that was hit right over his head. Not that hard, but he still had to get back there. 2-3 unassisteds to start the ball game.
So we've had a lineup by the first two batters. Yandy lined out to first, and so did Paredes. And the first pitch to Harold Ramirez is a break one.
Oh, that pitch looked like it was a breaking ball. It looked like it started off the plate and never got to the edge.
There's a pitch wide, and that forces Ramirez to go out there after.
0-2 and Harold Ramirez.
And there's no question pitchers will take advantage of that.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, if you start to sniff that, you got a wider plate.
And this was deflected off the glove of Quintana. Lindor with a pick and throw to first. Safe there. Ramirez hustling down that line as he does all the time. Here's a more.
Well, just that little deflection, that's all it took. Harold Ramirez, we start to talk about the Rays and their infield hits. Little change.
Ramirez singles.
By the Mets shortstop, but it was Harold Ramirez getting up that line, not giving up on that play. And he's there.
Well, there's Randy Arozarena. He gets a great round of applause, and it's going to struggle for him this year. And it's heartening to see the fans get behind him and give him a little boost of confidence and appreciation. He sends a fly ball into right toward the track. Marte, and a couple steps in front of the track, makes the catch. Man left, no score through one. Alonso will lead it off.
Over the last 190 years, a lot has changed.
Arozarena flied out to right field.
We're still focused on one thing. Brewing darn good beer. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
Join Planet Fitness and get energized with fitness that fits your budget. Never intimidated. Always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. All in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th.
With features you won't find on Honda CR-V, Nissan Rogue, or Toyota RAV4, the Hyundai Tucson puts the other guys in their place. Namely, the rearview mirror. Only a Tucson compares to a Tucson. Get 3.99% APR for 60 months or up to $2,000 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Can I go to the sleepover? I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing. I promise, Mom.
We really do hear you.
Did you know?
If you need support for behavioral health needs, visit cfbhn.org.
You're good to go. It's hard to name a thing in this lifetime that'll last me a lifetime, but I'll only need one internet.
100% fiber, powered by the speed of light. Switch now to Fiber 500 and save up to $600.
So Alonso takes up his second. Is it called strike on him? Fouls out the second pitch.
Well, let's take a look at our Home Depot getting it done. And boy, does Pete Alonso get it done when he steps into the batter's box. Look at these home runs throughout his career. Remember 2020 right here, that was the pandemic. And so those numbers obviously going to be a little bit low, but everything else, if the guy rolls out of bed, hits 40 and drives in 110.
Yeah, 200 career home runs. First pitch is strike.
How about this? Got this stat.
Alonso fouls another one off. It's 0-2.
Said that of the 200 home runs that he's hit, 150 have come off the fastball. 3/4 of his home runs off one pitch.
Loves the hard stuff.
Yeah, stay away.
Or out of the zone.
I was going to say that. Use it as a show pitch.
That's right.
Try to get him over aggressive on it.
Well, Darryl Strawberry has 252 home runs in a Mets uniform. And a high popper right side. Yandy Diaz just fair makes the catch. Now that is out number one. David Wright has 242. Mike Piazza 220, and then Alonso with 200. So he's got
Alonso flies out to first base to start the inning.
This is going to be an interesting.
And now it's J.D. Martinez
to see
at the plate.
where he winds up as to whether he's around to catch a couple of those guys.
Well,
First
you
pitch
think
to
about the Mets right now, as they're
Martinez
really
is strike
together,
one.
they will already is. And I don't know what's coming off the books for them, but there's going to be a lot going on the books if they resign it.
They have the highest payroll.
Yes, they do.
How about that?
Second pitch from Savali. Strike two on an inside a sinker inside for strike two.
Pete Alonso, free agent at the end of the year. And what numbers he will carry into that free agency?
And the next pitch from Savali in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, because
It's now a 1-2 count on J.D. Martinez.
Numbers, you know, you just
If you're just joining, Alonso Flida popped out to start the top of this inning.
to give him, but he will be sought after.
And did he go around? No, he did not. It is 2-2 on J.D. Martinez.
Limit where you can go because of how much you're going to cost him.
And here's the thing, though. He's 29 right now. He'll be 30 in December. So there's some productive years you would anticipate,
Yeah.
you know, over the next
Here's the next pitch from Savali.
5-10 years. We'll wait and see.
And Martinez flies out to right field to Mr. Harold Ramirez.
2 up, 2 down. Rays in their City Connect uniforms. Out there, that was a dashing figure cut by Ramirez out there after that ball. From the City Connect look.
I think it was the shoes. The shoes that
The,
grabbed your attention.
2 up, 2 down.
I don't know how these guys are going to.
If you see me peek away for a second, it's because I'm jotting everything down in my notebook.
It affords you the opportunity to get right. There's no doubt.
I'll tell you, I love it. I especially love the cap.
Yeah.
It's a 0-1 count on base hit for McNeil.
With a 2-out single, becomes the first base runner for New York. Yeah, I think that that Skyray cap is the best.
When you think about all of the different little details on these uniforms, as you break it down, I mean, you've got a Stingray on a skateboard on the inside of a jersey. You know, you've got that Skyray. You've got the fire font with the Tampa Bay across the chest. Even the texture of the
First pitch to Tyrone Taylor is a strike from Savali. 0-1.
Because it's got that weather. They want it to be a weathered type of look, like a black shirt that's been left out in the sun, and it gets a little weathered. I mean, they thought of everything and executed all of it.
Second pitch of the at-bat to Taylor is outside for ball one. It's 1-1 to Tyrone, the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
We got a little sneak preview of some of that.
Brett Beatty on deck, and behind him is Thomas Nito.
Here on the field. It works.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Savali in the dirt for below the zone for ball two. It's a 2-1 count on Tyrone Taylor.
You got to go and right over there, Yandy Diaz. You got to go with the high pant and show off the socks. Yep.
And Taylor is going to bloop one into center field.
Second, McNeil, and they decides to go back with the throw coming into Caballero. So Taylor has a base hit, and with 2 outs, the Mets
Taylor's-
have 2 to the board.
By the cutter. Down and away trying to go with that cutter, and Taylor's able to reach out and get enough extension to get that ball off the end of the bat and just softly drop it in.
Field.
We've seen that now.
McNeil and Taylor are both singled in this inning, so it's 2 on with 2 out for the Mets. And here's Brett Beatty. Pitch to Beatty is strike 1. Beautiful curveball from Savali.
Hitting 250.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Savali to Brett Beatty. It is strike. And Beatty has we're trying to figure out, is it a home run or home run, New York, Brett Beatty.
And 2 outs.
2-seamer, and you're right, absolutely launched way up there. He's admiring it, wondering where it. Harold has no idea where it is. It ends up behind him in the seats. And I'll tell you what, those are the ones that really hurt. You've got 2.
That I lost track of that thing too. I thought it hit one of the rings.
Just that quick.
I didn't think it would out. And Nitto.
Is out number 3 on a little leap of a catch by Ramirez to retire this side. Beatty hits 1 out, 3-0.
Nitto.
For MLB Pitch Hit and Run, the official
Why?
competition of Major League Baseball. Host a local event and give kids a chance to compete in the 2024 Pitch Hit
Field.
and Run Finals. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
We go to the bottom of the second now. Let's see if the Rays can get a run back here.
Low calorie, more taste. Brewed for the generation that's always reaching for more. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Join Planet Fitness and get energized with fitness that fits your budget. Never intimidated, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. All in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th.
When it comes to beating cancer, your first choice is your best choice.
It is 3-0 Mets going into the bottom of the second.
Cancer Center brings the highest level of urgency to provide the right diagnosis right away. As Florida's only national comprehensive cancer center, we're fast-tracking revolutionary therapies and pioneering vaccines that enable the life-saving power of prevention. When an accurate diagnosis and therapy
This might be better.
choose Moffitt first. Moffitt.
I am going to share my screen now and put this one more time. We're going to put some of the stats.
Nissan Rogue or Toyota RAV4. The Hyundai Tucson puts
So y'all can see with me giving play-by-play and writing on this board, this paper right here, jotting down everything that's happening during the game. We go to the bottom of the second for the Rays in the bottom of the second. It's going to be Rosario, Caballero, and Jackson.
I spoke with Warren Heights, who's the VP of Branding Creative for the Rays, and he said the idea behind these uniforms actually came about in 2020, and now came to fruition here with this team, as Warren's here in the camera well with us. They have finally made their debut. He called these unis his baby. He said about 100 people.
First pitch from Quintana is in the dirt for ball 1 to Ahmed Rosario. It's a 1-0 count to Ahmed Rosario here in the bottom of the second. The Rays trail 3-0 after Brett Beatty hit a 3-run shot in the top of the inning. And the second pitch from Quintana is also a ball, so it's 2-0 to Rosario.
It's the Skyray guys. So PA, your favorite?
Third pitch of the at-bat coming to Quintana, and that thing is laced foul by Rosario. 2-1 to Ahmed Rosario.
researched the
To
story
start
behind
2-1 count on Ahmed Rosario here in the bottom of the second.
and had to whittle it down over those 4 years and then go to work on creating this.
Rosario's behind
They had thought
2-2.
of everything, and they had executed it at a very high level.
Well, it's a great look. There's no question about that. 2-2 the count on Rosario. Number to the right side.
Rosario singles.
Shuffle that ball over there to first with his glove. But it's not in time, and Rosario is aboard with an infield hit with Ryan down there. Ryan, I want to ask you about that ball off the bat of Beatty. What did it look like from where you are?
Well, it certainly looked like it went over the ring. Harold got a little lost with it. I think a lot of fans in this ballpark got lost too, but it ended up in the seats. And of course, the guy shaking his head was Aaron Savali. You could see Harold; he was kind of confused.
Everybody was confused on where Beatty's home run went, including me.
The reaction of Beatty, I think he
It is Caballero at the plate now for the Rays after the single by Rosario.
Rosario's aboard. Here's Caballero.
Just the Caballero too high, ball one. 1-0. One-0 count on Jose Caballero. 1-1 now.
Strike to the bottom of the zone. 1-1.
Just the Caballero swung on and missed. Strike two.
Out of the zone a little bit. He got the chase. He did. Now 1-2.
You know, his breaking ball and changeup, especially to these right-handed hitters down in the zone, makes that pitch more effective because then all of a sudden he can take 90, 91, sometimes 92, and run it to the top of the zone and beyond.
1-2 count on Caballero. Too high.
Because again,
2-2.
he's not going to overpower you. So when you see the fastball and it's got some elevation to it, you think you can hammer it. But because of the way that he slows you down with the off-speed earlier in the at-bat.
Here's the next pitch. In the dirt. 3-2 count to Caballero.
Caballero there to run the count.
Caballero. Johnny DeLuca. 3-2 pitch to Caballero. Rosario is going to be held at third. Double. Caballero with a double. And the Rays have second and third with nobody out.
Well, I got a chance here to put up a crooked number and have a really good answer. After the 3-run, 2-out homer by the Mets in the top half, that ball is center cut and gets absolutely smashed. But even he wasn't fast enough to get back to it. And really, Rosario had to hold up there, too, at second base, just in case he did catch it. He would have had to retrace his steps, but that's why he was only...
Second and third for the Rays with nobody out in the bottom of the second inning, down 3-0. And here's Alex Jackson making his Rays debut. And the first pitch to Jackson swung on and missed for strike one. And that busted the bat of Alex Jackson.
Disbanded right there.
Yes, it did. A lot of people pay top dollar for the information on those cards.
Oh, no, correction. That wasn't the bat. It was the...
Good swing trajectory. Those cards had anything to say about it.
Yeah, good lift.
It was.
But there are his numbers. The Durham Bulls.
Alex Jackson in 22 games with Durham was hitting .282 with 7 home runs. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Jackson. Fouls it off 0-2. Bottom of the second, 2 on, nobody out for the Rays. Alex Jackson is the current batter.
14. Seen some limited big league action.
Quintana's next pitch to Jackson is fouled off. Stays 0-2 on Alex Jackson. Rays debut for Mr. Alex Jackson. He was a non-roster invite in spring training, started the year in Durham, was hitting really well, and he got called up today to take the roster spot of Rene Pinto, who was sent down to AAA Durham. And another foul ball by Jackson.
Really, that's smart pitching by Quintana, because just like we talk about pitching in, at times you got to double up in there, or the hitters will just disregard it and start looking back out over the plate. Same thing when you climb the ladder. Every now and then you got to double up there, and then all of a
Here
sudden,
comes another 0-2 pitch from Quintana to Jackson.
attractive. So we'll see how he plays it. But what he is going for is the swing and miss.
And here's the 0-2 pitch to Jackson. Ball one in the dirt. 1-2 count now to Alex Jackson, the Rays catcher. Here in the bottom of the second, the first two have reached for the Rays, both on singles. But, well, Rosario singled, and then he was doubled the third by Jose Caballero. And Jackson strikes out.
He needed that the worst way, because you're looking for they've got the infield back. They're conceding the runner at third base. Alex Jackson is fighting like crazy just to put that ball in play. And a good chance if he does, he's going to get a run home. But Quintana gets him with a great changeup down and away.
Well, there's Johnny DeLuca also joining the team today.
First at bat is a right for DeLuca, and he is going to get
The plate for Rosario.
2 outs, but the Rays get a run.
Goes to third. So on the contact, DeLuca picks up a run batted in.
DeLuca, RBI.
Sway to join the club. Driving a run, your first trip to the plate. Nice Mead. Ball stays up.
1-0 count on Curtis Mead. Johnny DeLuca just drove in the first run for the Rays. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Quintana to Mead, and it swung on a miss for strike one. The count is now 1-1 on Curtis Mead. Rays trail 3-1 in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Mead is going to get an RBI, and it's going to be 3-2. RBI double Curtis Mead.
That's a big deal right there. That's a big deal. This inning starts off second and third RBI. If you only get that one run, that's too reminiscent of the stuff that happened on the road trip. You needed that crooked number, and Curtis Mead gets it for him. Trying to come in with a fastball, left it middle.
Mead with an RBI double, and it's now 3-2. Double.
So the Rays come back with 2 so far. Mead in scoring position for Yandy Diaz.
Diaz at the plate now. The first pitch to Yandy is too low for ball one.
Gets the benefit.
It's a bad miss right there. This is as clean cut as a strike one gets. Take it though.
1-0 count on Yandy Diaz. Pitch to Yandy, fouled off. It's going to be 1-1 now on Yandy.
Diaz crazy, because that's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that's in the heart of the plate, and he's just missing it. Just a little bit tardy on it. I know he's trying to drive that ball to right field, but it just not completely in sync with that swing. Missing pitches like that in the zone.
1-1 pitch to Yandy, too low, 2-1. Rays have scored 2 in this inning. An RBI ground up by Johnny DeLuca made it 3-1. And a Curtis Mead RBI double made it 3-2. That's all the scoring we have. And then Brett Beatty hit a 3-run shot in the top of the inning. But here's the 2-1 pitch to Yandy. Too high. It's now 3-1 to Yandy Diaz.
Number 2's really important.
Yes, yes. But you get the point.
Looks like Paredes in the number 2 spot tonight. He's on deck, 3-1.
Yandy, that's going to get through, and the Rays are going to tie it at 3. Diaz RBI single, and we're tied at 3.
What an answer. What an answer. It was demoralizing again as that road trip was. You come back and you give up that 3 spot early, but the Rays offense wanted to. They come right out swinging. A quick start this inning, but a couple of big 2-out hits. Well, Yandy stayed right on that curveball and just hammered it through the middle of the field.
Yeah, 110 through the middle.
Don't hang it.
Greeted by Michael Johns over there at first. Rays first base coach. With me, the big
Paredes at the plate now, and it's tied at 3.
on the base hit by Yandy Diaz. And here is Isak Paredes in that number 2.
3-3 tie, bottom of the second. Yandy just drove home the tying run. And here's the first pitch to Paredes. Paredes, the first pitch to him is a strike. It's 0-1 on Isak Paredes.
291. Popped out to first, his first time.
Ball 1, 1-1. Here's the next pitch to Paredes on the ground to Beatty. He's going to go to second for the fourth.
Beatty to McNeil for the force. The Rays answered. They put up 3 and we're tied.
Paredes grounds out to end the second.
Join Planet Fitness and get energized with
Paredes.
Never intimidated. Always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. All in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. It's money time. Deal ends Friday, May 10th.
First choice is your best chance. At Moffitt Cancer Center, we bring the highest level of urgency.
We go to the third. Rays get 3 runs on 2 hits
Pioneering vaccines that enable the life-saving
and a ground out. And we go to the third, tied at 3.
Individualized treatment plans from the start that lead to the best outcomes. Choose Moffitt first, a cancer center like no other.
What's the score of the game?
To score is 6-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back in 2 seconds. And we're back for the top of the third inning. And Brendan Nimmo to lead off the top of the third against Aaron Savali. First pitch to Nimmo is a strike. 0-1 on Brendan Nimmo to start the top of the third inning. Again, if you're just joining, or when you watch this on a replay, he's got 3 runs the last inning. An RBI ground out, RBI double, and an RBI single. And I don't know what the holdup is here. Here we go. And Nemo's going to try to bunt, and he bunts it foul. 0-2 on Brendan Nimmo. I will break out my Hawk Harrelson tribute with a twist here in a minute. I know I didn't do it in the first inning when we had 2 strikeouts to the Mets. I'm about to do it here if Savali gets a strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Savali. It is ball 1 too high. 1-2 to Brendan Nimmo. 3-3 tie, top of the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Savali. Right down the middle. He gone. You could put that strikeout on the board. Yes. On a beautiful pitch from Savali. Nimmo is gone on strikes. The 3rd strikeout of the night for Savali. And now it's Starling Marte. And the count, the first pitch to him was a strike. Here's the second pitch to Marte. Fouled off into Starling Marte. The 0-2 pitch coming to Marte. From Savali. Here it is. Too high. Ball 1. 1-2 count on Starling Marte. One, 2 count. Here's the pitch. Marte grounds to shortstop. Grounds out. Tag applied. 2 outs. Okay. Here's the first pitch to Lindor. Outside for ball 1. 1-0 to Francisco Lindor. He struck out in the first inning against Savali. One of the 3 strikeout victims for Savali so far. Here's the 0-1 to Lindor. Sky high pop up in the behind the infield and cut by Ahmed Rosario. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, nobody left for the Mets in the 2nd inning. In the 3rd inning, still 3-3. Three tie. Going to the bottom of the 3rd. And it will be Isaac Paredes, Harold Ramirez, and Randy Arozarena in the bottom of the 3rd for the Rays. Against Jose Quintana. Still 3-3. And here's Harold Ramirez to lead off the bottom of the third for the Rays against Jose Quintana. The first pitch to Ramirez is driven through the middle, driven between the shortstop and third baseman. Ramirez singles. Ramirez singles to left field. So the Rays have a runner on first with nobody out. First pitch to Rosarena is low for ball one. And I will be back. It is a 2-0 count on Randy Rosarena. Rosarena flew out in the first inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Rosarena. Inside for ball three. 3-0 on Randy Rosarena. Three-0 pitch to Rosarena. Outside, ball four. Rosarena walks, and the Rays have the first two on here in the third inning. And now it's Rosario at the plate for the Rays, who was 1-for-1 with a single and a run scored in the previous inning. Here's the first pitch to Rosario. Swung on and missed for strike one. 0-1 count on Ahmed Rosario. The 0-1 pitch to Rosario is bounced foul. It is now 0-2 on Ahmed Rosario. 3-3 tie, bottom of the third. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Rosario. And that's going to score the run. Ramirez scores an RBI double. RBI single for Rosario. And the Rays are ahead 4-3. RBI single, and it is now 4-3. Rays are up 4-3 now on that RBI single that scores Harold Ramirez for Ahmed Rosario. And here's Jose Caballero, who himself reached base last inning for the Rays. Can the Rays put up a crooked number against Jose Quintana? First pitch to Caballero is outside for ball one. 1-0 count on Caballero. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Caballero. He doubled in a run in the second inning. And pitch clock violation on Quintana. And it is now a 2-0 count to Caballero. 2-0 count to Caballero. I mean, did they throw him? Did they give him anything to hit here? Caballero. That's going to be stopped by McNeil. And the bases are going to be loaded of Rays. Or what are they saying here? Yeah, single Caballero. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Rays. Alex Jackson at the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Rays have him loaded for Alex Jackson. Struck out in the second inning. Ball in the dirt. 1-0 to Jackson. Quintana's laboring here in the... Quintana's laboring here in the third inning. He's allowed the first 3 runners to reach base. And now Alex Jackson at the plate. And Jackson fouls the 1-0 pitch off to make it 1-1. I have absolutely no idea what's going on right now. Oh, we're back. It's a 1-2 count on Jackson. Next pitch was in the dirt. 2-2 to Alex Jackson in the second at bat as a Ray, and the Rays are up 4-3 on an RBI single from Ahmed Rosario in the bottom of this inning. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Jackson. Hits one high. Deep to right to left center, and he's going to fly out. Sack fly for Jackson, and it's now 5-3 Rays. Why? And that's Johnny DeLuca at the plate with 1 out at the bottom of the third, and runners on second and third for the Rays. DeLuca's 0 for 1 on the season. DeLuca whips one into the outfield, and that's going to score 2. And DeLuca's going to end up staying at first. A 2-run single for Johnny DeLuca. He's got a 3 RBI game in his Rays debut. And Nito goes out to mound, and by the time I think the Mets are going to get somebody up in the bullpen. Rays are up 7-3. And it's Curtis Mead at the plate now. Here in the bottom of the third inning. Mead fouls off the second pitch of the at-bat. The first one was a strike. It is... Oh, no, it is 0-1. Daniel Nunez up in the bullpen for the Mets. And it is now a 1-1 count on Curtis Mead, with Yandy Diaz on deck. The Rays are threatening to open this game up here in the third inning. And a throw over to check on Johnny DeLuca, who just singled in 2 runs to make it 7-3. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Mead. Swung on and missed for strike number 2 on Curtis Mead on a nice pitch from Quintana. I gotta think this is probably the last batter Quintana's gonna face. If Mead reaches or strikes out, I probably think they're going to the bullpen. And batter called Mead called his timeout. So it is still a 1-2 count on Curtis Mead with 1 out in the bottom of the third. The pitch to... And Johnny DeLuca, the pitch was in the dirt. Check swing, no swing. And DeLuca steals second. And they second out. First pitch to Diaz. To right field, and that's going to get down, and DeLuca's going to score, and the Rays add another run. It is now 8-3 Rays on an RBI single from Yandy Diaz. Yeah, it's RBI. And that is going to be it for Jose Quintana. The Mets are going to make a pitching change. It'll be Daniel Hernandez Nunez replacing Jose Quintana. Quintana went 2 2/3, gave up 8 runs. And the Rays are still threatening to add more. They've had a big second and a big third inning. They've had a 1, 2, 3. They've had a 4-run third inning so far. Have the Rays. And that first pitch almost hits Paredes. First two pitches are outside to Paredes, and it is 2-0 to Isaac Paredes. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Paredes. Outside, ball 3. 3-0 to Isaac Paredes. It looks like this is just what the Rays needed, is a homestand to get back right. And are you kidding me? That's a strike? Wait, let's see. That's the same spot as the pitch before. And you're going to call that a strike? Come on. 3-1 to Paredes. Swings and misses for strike 2. It is now 3-2 to Isaac Paredes with 2 outs. Paredes fouls off the 3-2 pitch. Diaz was on the move. Obviously, with 2 outs, you have to be on the move. And Paredes pops it up in foul territory. Alonso under it, makes the catch. And the 3rd inning is finally over. At the end of the 3rd inning, it is the Rays 8 and the Mets 3. The Rays put up five runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning without the benefit of a home run. And they lead 8-3 going to the top of the 4th. It's an 0-1 count to Pete Alonso to start the top of the 4th. The 0-1 pitch to Alonso is too low for ball 1. Here we are, top of the 4th, 8-3 Rays. It is now a 2-1 count on Pete Alonso. Correction, make that a 2-2 count. 2-2 count on Pete Alonso to start the top of the fourth. Three hits, 3 earned in 3 innings so far for Savali and 3 strikeouts. Here's a 2-2 to Alonso. Too high. It's now 3-2 to Pete Alonso. Here's the 3-2. Alonso, that is foul. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off by Pete Alonso. And we'll see another 3-2 pitch. Oh, man. That almost took the third base umpire with it. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Alonso pokes it. And coming in is the right fielder Ramirez to make a sliding catch. So now it's J.D. Martinez with 1 out. And an 0-1 count on J.D. Martinez here. Oh for 1 tonight is J.D. Martinez with a line out. And Martinez is going to have another line out. Martinez lines out to third base this time. Here's the first pitch to McNeil. In there for strike number 1. 2 up, 2 down, and the top of the fourth for the Mets. Alonso flew out to right field to start the inning, and then a line out to third base by J.D. Martinez. And it's now a 1-1 count on Jeff McNeil. Rays lead at 8-3 in the top of the fourth. McNeil singled and scored. And the 3-run top of the third inning for the Mets. And McNeil, that is a hit by pitch. Is it? Nope, it's a strike. 1-2 count on Jeff McNeil. I guess he swung at that. Cut it to Aaron Savali there. Here's the 1-2 pitch to McNeil. And does McNeil go? No, it's in the... I think it's a ball. 2-2 to McNeil. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jeff McNeil from Aaron Savali. And he gone. You can put that strikeout on the board. Yes. And that's the 4th strikeout of the night for Aaron Savali. We go to the bottom of the fourth in Tampa. It's still 8-3 Rays. We're about to head into the bottom of the fourth for the Rays and the Mets. Rays leading 8-3. And we're going to get a report from our sideline reporter, Ryan Bass, on Pete Alonso. First pitch from Nunez to... Oh, no, that's the second pitch to Harold Ramirez from Nunez, the reliever. And now it's 0-2. That was the first pitch of the at-bat. So it's 0-2 on Harold Ramirez. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And strikeout. Ramirez strikes out. One up, one down on the bottom of the fourth for Rosarena. Takes the first pitch a little bit outside, but it's called a strike. Okay. First checkmate, could you please be consistent with the strike zone? That was 2 feet outside the zone. That was a little bit further outside. Ball 1. 1-1. Rosarena's 0 for 1 with a walk. Rosarena hammers one to left field. Stretch. That baby's gone. Home run, Randy Rosarena. And the Rays get another run. Field. And that should get him going. Rosarena has been in a rut to start the season. That should get him out of it. That's his 4th home run of the year. And now Rosario lines out to Beatty at third base. First pitch coming to Caballero. Here's the first pitch to Caballero. Fouls it off. 0-1. Second. Tried for second longest career home run at 445 feet. And Caballero getting a new bat. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. 0-1 count on Jose Caballero. Hopefully that breaks the Rosarena out of the little rut he was in. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Caballero. Too high, ball 1. 1-1 count on Jose Caballero. Double and a single tonight and 2 runs scored for Caballero. The 1-1 pitch to Caballero is outside, 2-1. So 2-1 count on Jose Caballero. And the Rays lead at 9-3. And did Caballero go? No, he did not. It's now 3-1 on Jose Caballero. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Caballero. Outside ball 4. Caballero reaches base for the 3rd time tonight. Caballero walks with 2 outs, and now here's the catcher again, Alex Jackson. Jackson's 3rd at bat of the game, and off goes Caballero, and he takes 2nd. Fields. Caballero's now at 2nd base with 2 outs. And Caballero's okay. It's an 0-1 count. Oh, the Mets are challenging in this. Mets are challenging the safe call at 2nd base. And the call is overturned. Caballero is out at 2nd base. That ends the bottom of the 4th. Over. Caballero caught stealing to end the bottom of the 4th. The Rays lead it though 9-3 on a home run by Randy Arozarena. I'm out. Sorry about that. Top of the 5th inning starts with a strike to Tyrone Taylor from Aaron Savali. Savali's settled in since the top of the 1st. And the pitch to Taylor is popped up, And that is going to be foul. It's going to be an 0-2 count on they're trying to. That's foul. That's a foul ball. Absolutely. Yep. 0-2 count on Tyrone Taylor. With no outs at the top of the fifth, the Rays lead at 9-3. Savali's settled down since that 3-run outburst he gave up earlier in the game. And the pitch to Taylor's in the dirt. It's going to be a 1-2 count on Tyrone Taylor. Here's the pitch from Savali. Fouled off. Still going to be 1-2 with the sweeper. The Rays can get 5 innings out of Savali. That would be worth noting. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Savali. And Taylor is going to double to right center field. Taylor. Doubles to right center field on a 1-2. On a 1-2 count, Tyrone Taylor doubled to right center field. And here's Brett Beatty at the plate, who already has a 3-run home run tonight. And the pitch to Beatty is low for ball 1. A 1-0 count on Brett Beatty. If I was the Rays, I would be really careful here with Brett Beatty. He's already hit 1 home run tonight. Three-run homer in the second inning. And that's the 3 runs that Aaron Savali's given up tonight. And it's now a 2-0 count on Beatty. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Beatty is just put on and walked. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Beatty. Swung on and fouled off. 2-1 now to Brett Beatty. The Rays are pitching smart to Beatty now since he hit that 3-run homer. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Beatty. It's fouled off again. 2-2. That was a splitter from Savali. And the Mets have tried to score. I think if that gets through, Tyrone Taylor probably scores from second base. And I don't know what's going on here. Beatty's talking to Bruce Druckman, the home plate umpire, about something. Hit the 2-2 pitch to Beatty. Is swung on and missed. He gone. You can put that strikeout on the board. Yes. Another strikeout for Savali. And that's going to be a single for Thomas Nito. Nito singles to Thomas Nito singles to right field. And I think if anybody else is in center field, they try to score there. But DeLuca has a good arm, so I don't think they were going to test Johnny DeLuca. Kyle Snyder out to talk to Savali as we go to a short commercial break. Schneider jogging back to the dugout. One out. Two runners on. Top of the fifth. One out. And it is Brendan Nimmo at the plate for the Mets. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Can he make it? Can we make it 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts? Let's see. First pitch from Savali. Fouled off. 0-1 to Brendan Nimmo. Next pitch to Nimmo's down low for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count on Brendan Nimmo. And the next pitch, Savali to Nimmo is fouled off. 0-2 on Brendan Nimmo. 1-2 on Brendan Nimmo, correction. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Savali to Brendan Nimmo. And I think Nimmo might have taken his timeout. I don't know. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Nimmo. And it's bounced in the dirt. Runners do not advance. Obviously, Nito was probably not going to advance on a ball in the dirt. Here's the 2-2 pitch outside. 3-2 to Brendan Nimmo. Marte's on deck. I'd like a strikeout or a ground ball here for a double play to get out of the top of the fifth. Neither's going to happen. It's a walk to Nimmo, and the bases are loaded to Mets. And Marte at the plate. Third in baseball and walks is Brendan Nimmo with 23. Here's the first pitch to Marte. Marte can easily have this game up. Oh, and that first pitch to Marte is a ball. Oh, don't lose your command now, Savali. Get a ground ball double play here. Marte sac fly. Yep. Sac fly. Marte sac fly makes it 9-4. And Sean Armstrong is now started to loosen for the Rays in the bullpen. And it is Lindor at the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out, a pop out and a strikeout. Nemo. That's down. That's going to be another run. And it's a 2-run double for Lindor, and it's 9-6. Two-run double. It's now It is now 9-6. Savali's going to stay out there. Or not. Here comes Cash. That's going to do it for Savali. Cash wants Armstrong to come in and get the third out of the inning. He's up 9-6 at the top of the fifth. After a 2-run double by Francisco Lindor, the new pitcher will be Sean Armstrong. He's appearing in his 11th game of the season, 3.77 ERA, 126 WHIP. Pitch breakdown, 34% fastball, 4-seamer, 33% 2-seamer, 30% cutter, 3% slider. And the first batter he's going to face is Pete Alonso. And Alonso's going to dump one into left center. And that's an RBI single, RBI double for Alonso. Martinez fouls it off. There is 2 outs, take into account. With all this going on, there's 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch to Martinez. Did he go around? Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. It is now 0-2 on J.D. Martinez. And here's the 0-2 pitch to Martinez. Fouled off. It stays 0-2. It is now 1-2 to JD Martinez. Alonso's still on second base. I highly doubt Alonso's going to steal third here with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Martinez. Swung on and missed. He gone. Put another strikeout on the board for the Rays, and this time it's Sean Armstrong. Martinez strikes out to end the top of the 5th, but the Mets rally for for 4 runs here in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 9-7 Rays. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Rays still up 9-7. Four-run top of the 5th for the Mets, and it's 9-7 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And Jackson starts the bottom of the 5th, taking strike 1 from Nunez, the reliever. The second pitch for Nunez is outside for ball 1. It is now 1-1 to the Rays catcher, Alex Jackson. Jackson with a deep one to left field. Is it going to stay fair? No, it is well foul. Well foul from Alex Jackson. One and two on Alex Jackson. Rays lead 9-7. And Jackson strikes out for the 3rd time today. Oh, and 1 count to Johnny DeLuca, who is 1 for 2 with a 2-run single in the 3rd, a run scored, and a stolen base in his season debut. DeLuca pops one up. And there's 2 outs. Jorge Lopez getting ready in the Mets bullpen. For probably the bottom of the 6th. And fouled off by Curtis Mead. 1-1 count to Curtis Mead. And a nice play by the ball boy, protecting the Mets dugout. Sign him up. Put him on the 26th man roster. The 1-1 pitch to Mead. Strike 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Mead. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Mead strikes out. Mead strikes out. Rays go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. We go into the top of the 6th. Rays are up 9-7. And are we going to see a new pitch, or is it going to still be Armstrong on the mound? It is still Sean Armstrong out there for the Rays to face Jeff McNeil. And that does not feel too particularly good for Jeff McNeil. He fouls the ball off his leg. Garrett Clevenger up in the bullpen for the Rays. I'm assuming that... Huh. Well, that's interesting. McNeil's a lefty. Why would you leave Armstrong in there for McNeil? Maybe they're trying to get... Maybe it's either for Taylor or Beatty. 1-1 count now to Jeff McNeil with Tyrone Taylor on deck. And a 1-1 pitch to McNeil is a strike. It's now a 1-2 count on the Mets. Second baseman. Now it's a 2-2 count on Brett Beatty. 2-2 to Brett Beatty. Top of the 6th. No on, no out. Top 6. Beatty. McNeil flies out to right field. And the first pitch to Tyrone Taylor is low. Oh, no, it's in there for strike one. 0-1 to Tyrone Taylor. And Taylor fouls off the 0-1 pitch to make it 0-2. I would assume Clevenger is either going to come in to face Brett Beatty, or he might start the 7th. Single and a double for Taylor tonight. And Tyrone Taylor is gone on strikes. Put another strikeout on the board. Yes. And this one's for Sharon Armstrong. Here's Brett Beatty, and that's a strike to start up the at-bat to Beatty. So I'm assuming Garrett Clevenger will get the 7th inning and a 2-run game. Rays have kept Beatty quiet since the home run. And Beatty is going to single with 2 outs. Beatty singles to field. Two outs. Pitch to Thomas Nito outside for ball 1. 1-0 on Thomas Nito. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored back in the 5th inning, which was just an inning ago, need I add. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Nito. And that's just going to be a lazy fly ball to center field to end the inning. Lines out to center field. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning and Tampa Bay. Rays leading it 9-7. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Back, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. And we have a new pitcher for the Mets. It is the right-hander Jorge Lopez. And the Rays have seen a lot of Jorge Lopez with the Orioles. And Diaz, who is 2 for 3 tonight, will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch to Diaz is in there for strike 1. 0-1. Pitch to Diaz. Fouled off for strike 2. 0-2 on Yandy Diaz. 2 singles and 2 RBIs for Yandy tonight. This is the Rays offense we've come to know and love. And the next pitch is too low. 1-2 to Yandy. Phil Maton up in the Rays bullpen for the top of the 7th. So Clevenger, okay. I think that was a game of cat and mouse with Clevenger being up. And the next pitch to Diaz is outside for ball 2, 2-2. I don't understand how that makes sense. So you had Clevenger up at the bottom of the top of this inning, and you made us all think he was going to come in to face Beatty, but you left Armstrong out there. Here's the pitch to Diaz. And Diaz grounds out to second. The first pitch to Paredes is outside for ball 1. 1-0 to Paredes. It's 2-0 to Paredes now. Two 2-0 pitch to Paredes outside. 3-0 to Isaac Paredes. With Harold Ramirez due up on deck. And the 3-0 pitch to Paredes. Paredes takes it for strike 1. 3-1 count and Isaac Paredes. And the 3-1 pitch is low to Paredes. He takes his base and walks. Harold Ramirez comes up to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Paredes, I don't think, is going to steal. They haven't even thrown a pitch to Harold yet. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And the first pitch to Ramirez is strike 1. A little high, but okay. Here's the next pitch to Ramirez. Fouled off, 0-2. Career 1 for 3 with a single is Harold Ramirez against Jorge Lopez. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. The 0-2 pitch to Ramirez is Up the middle, through. A single for Ramirez, first and second, one out for the Rays here in the sixth. And here's the guy. Randy's at the plate again. He's already hit one home run to left field. Can he do it again? And make it a 4-run game. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Rosarena. Too high, ball 1-1 to Rosarena. And now the Rays have double barrel action. Manuel Rodriguez and Phil Maton up in the bullpen. I'm assuming Maton's going to come in if the score stays the way it is. If the Rays take a bigger lead, then it's going to be Manny Rodriguez. But here's the 1-1 pitch to Rosarena. Outside, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch is in the dirt. 3-1 to Rosarena. Walk, solo, home run, 2 runs scored for Rosarena. And Rosarena takes the 3-1 pitch for a strike. It is now 3-2 to Randy Rosarena. Oh, Randy was trying to go deep there. 3-2 pitch to Rosarena. Fouled off. Rosarena fighting. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Rosarena. Outside, ball 4. Bases loaded, 1 out. And now we have a meeting on the mound with the pitching coach. Bases loaded for the Rays. Paredes walked. He was singled to second by Ramirez, and Rosarena's walked. And here's Ahmed Rosario, 2 for 3 tonight. First pitch to Rosario's in the dirt for strike 1. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored and 2 singles. Rosario fouls that one off. So it's an 0-1 count on Ahmed Rosario. Can I foreshadow calling a grand slam here or a 3-run double? And the Rays are going to get a run here on an RBI single from Rosario. Scored Paredes, and it's 10-7. Euro, they're going to get it out at home, out at first, into the sixth. Rays get one in the sixth. If the Euro grabs into a double play, we go to the seventh. With the Rays leading at 10-7, so now they're up by 3 again, with 3 innings to go. So we go to the top of the seventh with the Rays leading at 10-7. This feels like a football score. It really does. And it is Phil Maton on the mound to start the top of the seventh. Maton. Strong. And it's an 0-2 count, and Nimmo fouls it. .7 ERA in 14 appearances for Phil Maton. Maton's next pitch in the dirt. 1-2 now on Brendan Nimmo. Baton fouled off by Nemo. Nemo is battling. The Mets have double barrel action. Sean Reed Foley and Danny Young, the lefty. Reed Foley, the righty. Young, the lefty, up in the Mets bullpen. Gotta stay hydrated. And the pitch from Baton is outside for ball 3. So Baton goes from ahead 0-2 to behind 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch swung on a miss. Hang on, put another strikeout on the board for the Rays. Yes! This time, Phil Baton with a strikeout of Brendan Nimmo. And the second pitch of the at-bat to Marte is swung on and missed. 0-2. Are you going to see back-to-back strikeouts from fastball Phil? And Marte fouls the 0-2 pitch off. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Baton to Marte. Marte grounds out to second. 2 outs in the 7th inning. Here's the first pitch to Lindor. It's outside for ball 1. 1-0 is the count to Francisco Lindor. 2-run double in the 5th inning. Lindor fouls it off his leg for strike 1. It's now a 1-1 count on Francisco Lindor. Lindy. The 1-1 pitch to Lindor's outside for ball 2. 2-1 to Lindor. It's now 3-1 to Lindor. Baton's 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. Baton's 3-2 pitch. And Lindor, line. We go to the bottom of the 7th. see. Cheddar. Ugh. We start the bottom of the seventh. It's 10-7 Rays still. And it is Danny Young to replace Young. And Alex Jackson at the plate for his fourth at-bat of the game. He's 0 for 2 tonight, with a couple strikeouts. And the 0-2 pitch to Jackson is low for a ball. 1-2 to Alex Jackson. And Jackson fouls it off. Kevin Kelly getting ready in the Rays bullpen for the 8th inning. 1-2 count on Jackson. Low and outside the zone. 2-2 to Alex Jackson. I'm going to say he hasn't done a bad job behind the plate for this being his first game as a Ray. But at the plate, hitting-wise, he strikes out again for the third time. And Johnny DeLuca at the plate for the Rays. And DeLuca takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 to Johnny DeLuca. There's a 0-1 pitch to DeLuca. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 0-2 to Johnny DeLuca, who's had a big game tonight. 1 for 2. The stolen base and a 2-run single. And a run scored. And it's a 1-2 count on DeLuca. Here's the 1-2 pitch to DeLuca. Strike 3 called. DeLuca's out on strikes, and it's 2 outs in the 7th inning. DeLuca. And it's Curtis Mead at the plate, and he takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0. 1-0 count to Curtis Mead. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mead. Too high for ball 2. I don't know if I'm so sure about that. Drugman's called out a strike the entire game, and all of a sudden now it's a ball. I'm not going to complain. 2-0 pitch to Mead. Inside for strike 1. 2-1 to Curtis Mead. RBI double back in the second inning, and a run scored. Pitch in the dirt to Mead. It is 3-1 now. Danny Young behind 3-1 in the count to Curtis Mead with Yandy Diaz waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-1 to Mead. Strike 2. I'm sorry, Mead, that's not a ball. That's in the strike zone. You got to swing at that. Now it's 3-2 to Curtis Mead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And Mead fouls it off. Stays 3-2. Stays alive for another pitch. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Mead. He's going to ground out to second base. And we go to the 8th inning with the Rays still leading 10-7. So Kevin Kelly is on to replace Phil Maton here in the 8th. And the first pitch from Kelly to Alonso is a strike. 0-1 here in the top of the 8th. And Alonso grounds out to start the top of the 8th. JD Martinez at the plate. He's over 3 tonight. And Martinez, 2-hopper, grounds out to Caballero. Quick top of the 8th so far. 2 up, 2 down. 2 groundouts. McNeil at the plate. He takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. McNeil fouls it off. The 0-2 pitch from Kelly is too far high, up high. Ottavino up in the bullpen for the Mets. He's ready for the bottom of the 8th. One and two pitch too high. 2-2 to McNeil. And McNeil fouls that one off. It's going to stay 2-2. Ottavino ready for the bottom of the 8th. Do the Rays go to the bench? I would assume they probably do, but who knows? We'll find out when we get to the bottom of the 8th. And I thought that was strike 3, but it's not. It's ball 3, 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs. Tyrone Taylor is on deck for the Mets. Three and 2 from Kelly. Popped up on the infield. Meade calling off. Everybody makes the catch. It's a scoreless 8th inning for Kevin Kelly. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. And Ottavino. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Ottavino is most likely going to be coming on to replace Danny Young for the Mets. And Yandy to lead off the bottom of the 8th against the new pitcher. No, it's still Danny Young on the mound. Never mind. Danny Young's still out there to face Yandy Diaz. So no pitching change yet. And Diaz fouls it off. It is still 0-2 to Yandy Diaz with Danny Young still on the mound for the Mets. I was assured that we were going to see Ottavino. He's probably up for the next batter. And Diaz flies out to right field. So that's how you start the bottom of the 8th. Brady's up. Young's still out there. I thought they would. Ramirez on deck. I guess they want. I'm thinking if Paredes gets on in the top of the 9th, it's going to be Jason Adam. Try to finish this game and get the last 3 outs for the Rays. Paredes fouls a 1-1 pitch up. It is 1-2 on Isaac Paredes. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. It is 2-2 to Paredes. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Isaac Paredes. From Danny Young. In the dirt. 3-2 to Paredes. Another 3-2 pitch coming to Isaac Paredes. Ball 4. Paredes walks. He's on first. And it's Harold Ramirez at the plate. Ramirez. That is going to be field safe. Ramirez singles and the Rays have first and second. And the Mets are challenging another safe call at first. Ooh, I have a bad feeling about this one. I think this one's going to get overturned too, and there's going to be 2 outs in the. So the call overturned. The call gets overturned again. Oh, overturned. And Rosarina's at the plate with a 2-0 count. Trying to add another run for the Rays. So 3-0 count on a Rosarina. This is the Randy, as a Rays fan, I've wanted to see the whole entire season. 3-0 count. Ball 4. A Rosarina walks. First and second, 2 outs. Rosario's due up. Danny Young is still on the mound. A Rosarina has walked 3 times tonight to go along with that home run. And the first pitch to Rosario is a strike. 0-1 on Ahmed Rosario. It is now 0-2 on Ahmed Rosario? Or 1-1? 0-2. 0-2 on Ahmed Rosario. I'm surprised Danny Young has lasted this long in this game. They had Ottavino up, but they didn't go to him. Rosario flies out. Here we go to the 9th. And Jason Adam. 10 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. In the first pitch to Tyrone Taylor is a ball. Ball 1. Start the bottom of the ninth. Top of the ninth with a 1-0 count on Tyrone Taylor. The first pitch of the ball. Second pitch of the ball by Jason Adam. 2-0. Third pitch of the at-bat is a strike. It is now 3-1. And Palacios is now in the game in right field. In the second pitch of the inning, the second 2-1 pitch is a strike. It's now 2-2. 2-2 pitch is outside. Ball 3. 3-2 to Tyrone Taylor. This is not what you want. And it's still 3-2 to Tyrone Taylor. Can we get a strikeout here or a ground ball? 3-2 pitch is ground ball to Meade. Out. Number 1 in the ninth. Here's the first pitch to Beatty. Inside for ball 1. 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 1. And if you're wondering what the score of the Magic game is, the Orlando Magic are up 97-91 on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Beatty. It is hammered to left to right field and gone. It's a 2-homer game for Brett Beatty. 2-homer game for Brett Baty. And DJ Stewart to pinch hit Thomas Nito. DJ Stewart pinch hitting. And it's a 1-0 count on DJ Stewart. And Stewart grounds out to first. 2 outs. Two outs. And Brandon Nimmo at the plate. A walk in the 5th inning, but he's 0 for 3 otherwise. And Nimmo sends one to right field, and Rosarena can't make the catch. And Nimmo's going to have himself a double. Oh, that's called the announcer's jinx. That is the announcer's jinx at its best. A 2-out double for Brandon Nimmo, and now the tying run comes to the plate. And Starling Marte. The Rays need to get Marte out to get the win. Marte swings and misses at the first pitch. Strike number uno. Strike 1 to Starling Marte. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Marte. Strike number 2. One strike away are the Rays from taking game 1 from the Mets. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Jason Adam. Strike 3. That is your ball game. The Rays win it 10-8. Marte strikes out to end it. Rays win. Duh! Rays win. And that wraps up this play-by-play of the Rays and Mets game. I'll see you for another play-by-play like this on Friday of next week. Please let me know down in the comments section down below if you want to see the score while I give play-by-play feed of the game for the next play-by-play of an MLB game. But have a great rest of your night. Goodbye.